ISKCON Coventry presents the Sunday devotional broadcast. Welcome and be inspired. Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Welcome to all the viewers, and today is a Sunday special. We got some real good surprises for you, and we have a special guest who's going to teach you how to make something at home. And I think the superstars are going to feel the loss of what we are about to reveal, and also a bit of revolution by the Matajis, the ladies. They had a program and there'll be an interview with them. And also during the class, we'll be bringing upcoming young people. They'll be taking part in the Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures, and they'll be talking about, so there we got in store for that. And before that, as normal, we have Srila Prabhupada's Aarti, and we go over to Pranava family. So let's enjoy and pay our homage to Srila Prabhupada. Jai Ho.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Bandamoi Savadana Mate Bandamoi Savadana Mate Yahara Prasade Bhai E Bhavatoriya Krishna Prapti Hoya Hoite Krishna Prapti Hoya Hoite Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Kya Arana Koriyo Mane Asha Arana Koriyo Mane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Jete Samagati Japrasade Pure Sarvasha Chakshudano Diloye Janme Janme Prabhu Se Chakshudano Diloye Janme Janme Prabhu Se Divigyan Hriday Prakashito Prema Bhakti Yaha Hoite Avidya Vinasa Hoite Vedagyan Hara Charito Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamajanara Bandhu Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamajanara Bandhu Lokena Lokera Jivana Lokena Lokera Jivana Aha Prabhu Korodaya Dehamoye Padachaya Aha Prabhu Korodaya Dehamoye Padachaya Yadagya Purshu Tribhuvana Shila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Shila Gurudev Patita Pavana Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Guru Maharaj Jaya Guru Maharaj Jaya Guru Maharaj Jaya Guru Maharaj Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Guru Maharaj ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So that was wonderfully done. So now we have a kirtan for you, and Anuragi will be singing Mahamantra. Jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, That was a warm-up Kirtan. I think we are trying to get ready for Janmashtami. What do you think? Are we ready for Janmashtami? Yeah, you can see that we're warming up for Janmashtami, which will be, it's around the corner. It'll be with us very soon. Actually on Friday, we had a wonderful event we were asked to sing in the morning at 7:30 in the morning for 1.5 hours to Radha Ramanji in Vrindavan. So Pundik Maharaj's assistants, they rang us saying, would you do Kirtan? And it was so wonderful that we were doing Kirtan, and on the screen, Radha Ramanji was able to, give us blessing. And we really enjoyed it. And normally when you're there in the temple, you cannot touch the deity. But we could touch the deity on our screen. So it was real time. We are singing, we can see the Lordship, and we're able to touch lotus feet. So thanks to Punditji Maharaj that we were able to, do Kirtans for Radha Ramanji. And then there's a group called Pandav Sena in London, and they invited us to speak about Lord Jagannath, because they know that Coventry Yatra, does the Kirtans for Rath Yatra in London, and we got a lot of people around us. So they wanted to know how did we all start and our understanding of Lord Jagannath. So we were able to talk, and these are like 13-year-old to 16-year-old boys and girls who are really interested in Sanatana Dharma. And they had good questions at the end of the session. And Guru Sevak joined us as well. It was really, really nice. And for me, Friday was very engaging. First thing in the morning at 7:30 and then later on at 5. And that was fantastic. And yesterday we had the book club. And in book club, we had 2 weeks break because Bhakti Charu Maharaj leaving us all of a sudden. And this coronavirus is very, very powerful. And, it was such a great loss to ISKCON. And, we are still sad. We are missing Bhakti Charu Maharaj like anything. He was such a gentle person. And they are going to make a samadhi for him in Mayapur Dham. He was co-GBC there with His Holiness Jayapatak Maharaj. And so he'll rest in Shridham Mayapur Dham. And we'll miss him definitely. And this corona is very, very dangerous. Yesterday, only somebody said that Amitabh Bachchan, and now today we heard his son, has also got the virus. So they're in hospital. So I would say to everyone that please don't think that now we got used to the corona. If we go there, nothing will happen to us. These are big, big stars. And Maharaj went to America, he got it during travel. So can we be careful even when we are shopping? Keep your masks on, leave your gloves on. And, it's very, very important that we take precaution like that. Now, what we got to do is we have an item, which is a chef has been flown in, especially to Jagannath Kitchen. And he's getting ready to prepare a surprise for us. And before we go, we'll join him a little later. I think we can do the women's. Yeah. So maybe something can fix that. Yeah. Okay. So a wife went to a satsang when she came home, and she learned how to chant the Maha Mantra. And she told her husband, chant, chant, chant. And the husband was stubborn. He says, can't, can't, can't. So that was old times. This is Kali Yuga now. And because there's a lockdown, everybody's having a go at doing something new. And this guest I was talking about, he'll show you surprise how even men can think it was never before. And so we'll wait for the surprise getting ready. And I would like to ask Anuragi now a new development in our broadcasting, which is about the Ladies Satsang. And I find that most of the programs everywhere around the world are dominated by men. And generally in Bharat, the ladies are very shy, so they don't like to speak out. But this is modern world, so they also like to have to say. But even then, sometimes when there's a mixed group, the ladies say, very, very little. But to see them in their group was wonderful, because the other day I wasn't part of it, but I could hear it. And just the first 10, 15 minutes was a lot of greeting going on. And were so excited to greet each other. They got a forum to themselves, Ladies Satsangs. So let's get the camera on to Anuragi so I can ask you a few things so you can ask others. So the cameraman, Alok, please come in. Can you focus on Anuragi, please? Do that. So both of us first. Jai, thank you. So now, was it exciting the other day to get all the Matajis together? Was it hard, first of all, to get this thing started?
I think there was already some enthusiasm there already, because I think since the temple was closed since March, that lack of devotee association, you know, people been missing seeing each other, talking to each other, because we're regularly used to seeing each other, being around each other every week. So all of a sudden not having that and being away from the association of each other, I think a lot of people did feel it, and especially some of the Matajis, they're elderly or they're at home on their own and they're living alone, and this lockdown period must be so hard and difficult for them. And with them, English being their second language, you know, they would depend on the social aspect of coming to the temple on Sundays, and that was something that would lift them. So all of a sudden, have that taken up their lives, it must be quite difficult. So I think Ishani Mataji came up with, you know, how about having a digital satsang for the ladies. Prior to this, we used to meet time to time, face to face, and we had face to face satsangs. So we'll have a chat with some of the Matajis and see how they found it. And we started it this Wednesday, the first session. It went down a treat. So. All
right, that's very good. So are you gonna talk to them now?
Yes, so we can have some of the Matajis are on now ready, I think, to speak to us. So let's see who's on. So there's Ishani Mataji, Viratita Devidasi, and Vidalani Devidasi. Welcome, Vaishnavis, Hare Krishna. So I'd like to just speak to Vidalani Mataji. So you've been facilitating along with Brahmanji Mataji the ladies programs, Ladies Satsangs. How have you found facilitating this one as opposed to the face-to-face programs that you're normally used to?
We know this virus is not going to go straight away. So we obviously, like some of the ladies, we decided that we should have a ladies program where we can bring the ladies together in an environment that they can get together, have a chat, but also incorporate obviously Krishna consciousness, whatever they've been doing during the lockdown. And it was really nice to see all the ladies together after a long time. Like you say, we normally meet regularly, and then all of a sudden this pandemic has not allowed us to meet, but it's so nice to see all the devotees on screen, and it was really, really nice. Like you say, we spent the first few minutes just saying hello to everybody.
Yeah, there was quite a lot of excitement at the beginning, wasn't there? So everyone's excited to see everyone's faces after such a long time. So why do you think it's important? Why is it needed? You think this lady sangha, this mother?
Well, I think they can feel quite isolated at home, not going to the temple regularly. So I think, and also because the children at home, so they've got a lot of pressure from the household as well to keep everything going and to do their personal sadhana. So I think it's really, really important that we get together and share our difficulties or our realizations, or how we can improve our Krishna consciousness at home in this environment. So it was really, really good. So we started the session with, first of all, a little kirtan. Then we had a class with a bit of philosophy in there, and then we had a bit of a katha as well to incorporate, and then some bhajans and kirtans to finish off the evening. Yeah, so it was really, really nice.
That sounds lovely. I was there myself, and I really, really did enjoy it. And what did you most enjoy of the digital ladies Zoom satsang?
It was great to see all the ladies taking part, because normally they'd be in the temple, they'd be cooking for the Lord, making garlands, or they'll be doing altar service or cleaning service, whatever. When they come to the temple, they'd be doing some service. Obviously, they can't do this, but it was nice to see that they got together. We did some events and to serve the lordships in that way, and it was really, really nice because we got a really wide range group of ages in there. So different devotees glorifying Lord in a different manner, whether it was Bengali kirtans or reading or pratna in Gujarati or Hindi bhajans or Punjabi bhajans. So it was really, really nice to see them glorifying the Lord together like we do at the temple.
That's great. Thank you very much for facilitating. Thank you for joining us for the interviews. So going on to Ishani Madhavi Devidasi, Hare Krishna Mataji. So I hear that it was yourself that really, pushed on for this programs to happen online. How did you come about with this idea? What made you, what inspired you to start this program digitally?
Yeah, so actually the inspiration, of course, came from Guru Maharaj. So he was always insisting, he is rather always insisting all the time on preaching. So I really thought that before preaching, we really need to learn something. And when we come to learning, the first guru of everybody is mother. So I thought about, getting in touch with all the Matajis so that I can really learn something from all the senior devotees. So that was the basic, that was the main reason. So I just want to, whatever my capacity is, I want to learn and I want to preach. So I thought it will be better, for all the ladies to get together and go ahead.
Yes, thank you for that. What did you most enjoy of the ladies programs?
That was all very good. That was amazing. All the devotees, especially all the ladies, coming together, and Kirtans were lovely. From long time we haven't heard most of the Matajis, and they were singing beautifully. And some of them also came up with the idea of learning the Shlokas, so we really liked that as well. That was all amazing.
Yes, I think that's really good. We can all encourage each other in a group. When you're learning to in a group, you do tend to it encourages you and enthuses you to go that step further when you're on your own. So having the Sangha with you, around you, it will encourage each other to learn. So that's great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, actually, I would like to add on, sorry. Digital Sangha is actually amazing because when we come to temple, it's only like a group of people who get the association. But on digital Sangha, you can imagine my parents from Patiala, my in-laws from Dhanbad. So everybody is getting together. They are all they are all on right now listening to us. That's really amazing.
That's fantastic. That's great. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. That's great. Thank you very much.
Over to Madhurita Devidasi. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you for joining our interviews today. And you also joined us during the Wednesday Zoom Ladies Satsang. And you actually had two programs on simultaneously, didn't you? I think you had your. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, Mataji. We have Wednesday Bhagavad Gita Kids Club. In that, I'm telling the Shlokas. So it's both programs is fantastic. Of course, we are managing both the programs simultaneously. Yeah.
That's fantastic. And you still managed to join the Ladies Sangha, which is great. And you also have three little ones to also look after at the same time. What did you enjoy most of the joining the ladies program on Zoom?
In this Sangha, mainly is associating with all the Matajis from the Coventry temple. I like that very much, Mataji. And apart from the live programs of the temple programs, this Sangha, we all can interact with each other and also learning more from senior Matajis. And we all can share our thoughts and realization and clarify our doubts. And we can improve our Krishna consciousness. And we can improve our Krishna consciousness in this Sangha, Mataji. This is I like the most in this Sangha.
Great, thank you very much. So thank you, a big thank you to all of you. Thank you for joining us. And we shall be having our regular Zoom satsangs with the Matajis. So do contact us, email us or contact one of the devotees if you would like to join in. And then we'll let you know of the details on the frequency of the programs and the timings. So it's open to all the Matajis, all ladies who would like to develop the spirituality, get some association and spend time with like-minded people just like yourselves. So thank you for joining us again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Jai Ho. That was very, very exciting. Thank you very much, Anuragi. And I must say, as I was outside the room, I could hear a lot of excitement. I was thinking maybe we should have men's Sangha. And, usually when the men meet, they end up talking about politics, and they never greet like the ladies do. They all, it's too quiet, but that was fantastic. Now we are ready, and the chef is getting ready to make give us that surprise. So please wait for that. But what we're going to do is now we're inviting Thakurji to sing Jai Radha Madhav. What a name he's got, Thakurji. We call Krishna Thakurji. Thakurji is going to sing about Thakurji. Are we ready now? Let's go. Okay, let's hear you.
Are you okay? Good. Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Vihari Jai Gopi Janavallabha Jai Jivanadhara Jai Gopi Janavallabha Jai Jivanadhara Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Vihari Yashodanandana Raja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Raja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Raja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Raja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Natira Chari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya, Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radhe. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radhe. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Radha Madhav. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Thakurbaji. It's lovely to hear you sing. So we've had viewers watching in and making comments, and one of them is coming from Balaji, Tirupati in Bharat. And it's the three of you singing remind him of Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. Especially Raghus are wearing yellow clothes. Is that Subhadra in the yellow clothes? And he also commented that it was lovely to hear Vidurani. And so you can put your comments. It's Anil Das. He's said Haribol. And also Pranam as one of the colleagues. He passed away due to heart attack. So sorry to hear that. We'll do Nusing of the prayers. So this is a very interactive program. So please you can put your comments on there. We'll like to air them. And prayers for those who are not well. We'll do that. So now we come to hear the Bhagavad Gita. And Vidhu Prabhu, who is the temple president of ISKCON Coventry, he loves reading books. He has love for books. I mean, even you can see the shot at the back, there's loads of books there. He's only read the first shelf, though. I think he's to read later. So he's got a surprise for us for today from Bhagavad Gita. And another surprise within the program, after he gives the class, he's going to invite one of the young, upcoming devotees of our temple. And during the book club, they make very, very interesting points, as good as the adults, if not better. So, we'll wait for that. So, Vidhu Prabhu, I'll give the stage to you, and please, let's say the inspiring words of Bhagavad Gita. Thank you so much.
Jai, thank you. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today's class is from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17, text 15. And I think Shravan Prabhu will be able to put that up. Thank you, Shravan Prabhu. Anudvega karam vakyam satyam prehitam chayat swadhyaya vyasanam chaiva vanmayam tapa uchyate. So here Krishna is saying, as translated by Srila Prabhupada ki jai, austerity of speech consists in speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others, and also in regularly reciting Vedic literature. So there are two words I picked in this verse. One is satyam, truth. Satyam, truth. And the other one is svadhyay, study of the Vedic literature. Study of the Vedic literature. So these two words are also repeated at the beginning of chapter 16, which is all about the divine and demonic natures. And right in the beginning, the first three verses in chapter 16, 26 qualities are mentioned of a devotee. 26 qualities are mentioned. And the two of them, again, the ones which I'm focusing on are again Satyam and Swadhyay. Those are mentioned there again. But let me read the purport, please. So Prabhupada for today's verse, chapter 17, text 15. One should not speak in such a way as to agitate the minds of others. Of course, when a teacher speaks, he can speak the truth for the instruction of his students. But such a teacher should not speak to those who are not his students if he will agitate their minds. This is penance as far as talking is concerned. I was really surprised because in this chapter, Divisions of Faith, different aspects of our life are mentioned in ways we would not normally connect with. So austerity we normally put down to, going hungry, going without sleep, as read in the scriptures, somebody goes to the forest to do tapasya for so many years and long time. But you never think of austerity of speech. I mean, speaking words that are truthful as austerity. You don't connect with that, and yet this is very clear. Krishna is mentioning that here. That studying the Vedic literature is an austerity. Studying the Vedic literature is a kind of austerity. But let's focus on the first one, the truthfulness. Speaking words which are truthful. Why is this an austerity? Gosaiji said very nicely in his classes. He said that in days gone by, if someone was asked that, Prabhu, tomorrow I would like you to speak one lie, that person would have a restless night thinking, what, I have to speak a lie tomorrow? Why do I have to speak a lie tomorrow? And yet things are totally reversed now. Now if you say, Prabhu, tomorrow I want you to speak one truth, people will be restless and stay up all night. Think, what, I have to speak the truth tomorrow? Because speaking lies has become so common in this day and age, so common. And the worst form is our leaders are doing it in such a bad way, in such a gross and bad way. They're speaking lies and they are propagating untruth. Yes, they're propagating untruth around the world. Well, leaders are doing it just for political ends. Just for political ends, Regarding that, if I go back to, and what is Prabhupada saying about that in chapter 16, where the 26 qualities are mentioned about this. Prabhupada is saying, what satyam. This word means that one should not distort the truth for some personal interest. And yes, fake news is all over the world now, fake news. And the leaders are doing it. Our leaders are doing it. So what sort of example is being set for everybody to follow? Yes. This word should not distort the word. This word means the one should not distort the truth for some personal interest. In Vedic literature, there are some difficult passages, but the meaning of the purpose should be learned from a bona fide spiritual master. So our reading, Swadhyay, reading the Vedic literature, reading Vedic literature all of us by ourselves will be very difficult to make sense of it in places. In places, the Vedic literature is very, very intricate, interwoven, and very, very terse. Therefore, you should learn from a bona fide spiritual master or people or other Vaishnavas of that caliber. You should learn from others who know about that subject matter. That is the process for understanding the Veda. Shruti means that one should hear from the authorities. One should not construe some interpretation for his personal interest. There are so many commentaries on Bhagavad Gita that misinterpret the original text. The real import of the word should be presented, and that should be learned from a bona fide spiritual master. So in this world, where fake news has become so prevalent, and the world is not taking the time or trouble to find out what the truth is. Find out what is the real news here, not the fake news. They're not bothering, because we have become an age where everything you want to know or you want to order, you want something, it should be only a few clicks away on your device, on your mobile phone. This is the world we're living in. We have been accustomed that everything should be only a few clicks away of your mobile phone or your iPad or a computer. We become lazy. We need to make our own effort to raise our consciousness. This world of fake news and social devices is making us incredibly lazy and prone to misinformation and being misled. Yes, in this day and age, for us to sway from the path of truth is so easy because we are allowing it to happen. I was by chance listening to Lal Govind Prabhu today. He said something really, really nice. He's something really amazing. He said people come to me to seek good blessings so that children become good people. That when they grow up, they become nice devotee-minded people in the world. And they ask, what should we do? Can you please bless them? What should we do so that our children grow up nicely? And he said a lovely thing. He said, make time for them. Unko samay do. Yeah? Give time to them. Because I have seen personally, when we as devotees go to programs and different people's houses, I've seen there are small children present, and all the parents are doing is giving them a mobile phone so they can play on the mobile phone. And I love what Manna Raghavan Prabhu said. He says, give them your time. And in the future, they will make time for you. But if right from young baby age, you're giving them mobile phones, what are they going to learn? What are they learning? Nothing. Sanskars require effort. To give them sanskars, some foundation in their lives, requires effort on your part as parents. So important. So Swadhyay is very important. Swadhyay is study of Vedic literature to lift our consciousness, to make our life very meaningful. I'm looking around in the world, what's happening, and it's really disheartening to see how consciousness is going down in the world, all around, down. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. These are 4 qualities we share with the animals. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. And what's happened is that we're spending all our lives with just this consciousness. What am I going to be eating? Where will I eat it from? I want to eat this. How do I get it? I want to sleep. Where will I sleep? I want a different mattress, Eating, sleeping, mating. I want to enjoy myself with the other part, with the other sex. I want to enjoy myself with them. Where do I find such a person? Where do I enjoy myself? Well, I'm fed up with this one now. I want to find somebody else now. And defending, fearing and defending. You're afraid to lose what you have, what you have acquired. You're afraid to lose it, and then you have many aspirations to acquire many more other things. Yes. So fearing, and defending what you have, fearing what you're going to lose. So this is our consciousness. This is our consciousness we all become accustomed to. And if we're going to focus just on those 4 things throughout our whole life, then Prabhupada is very clear. The scriptures are very clear. This is animal consciousness. This is animal consciousness. And we need to do better than that. We need to raise our consciousness. Yes, we need to raise it, and that takes time and effort. That takes time and effort. Just like if somebody wants to become, I don't know, some surgeon, some top scientist, some top academic person somewhere, it's going to take time for that person to get there. Many years of education in different institutes, starting from nursery, junior school. Yes, then years and years of higher education, and you get there. So if we want something better in our lives and not just animal consciousness, we need to work at it. And that takes effort on your part. Yes. Your future is in your hands. Yes, you heard it so often. Your future is in your hands. What you make of life is in your hands. Don't just blindly follow animal consciousness. Don't just blindly believe whatever you read on WhatsApp. Yes. Don't just on the different social medias. I don't know if you're following the news, but we have different countries who are like enemies of each other. Like the Western countries are enemies of the Eastern countries. So Russia and China and North Korea are enemies of the Western European and American countries. But one of the modes of attack nowadays is social media. Are you aware of that? So they have huge organizations just pumping out fake news in your language. This is their business, to destabilize countries around the world. So don't give in to this. Make your future bright. Make your future better than what society is driving you to make it become. It'll take effort on your part, and that means Swadhyay. The first was Satyam, Swadhyay. Satyam is under immense attack now, isn't it? The bull of Dharma. When Parikshit Maharaj was touring his kingdom, and he came across this terrible personality who was attacking the legs of the bull, and so Dharma and earth had taken the form of cow and bull, and the bull was being attacked by Kali. So Kali came in his unpleasant form, and he was attacking the legs of Dharma. Yes, one of them is truthfulness. He was attacking that poor bull. And the four legs are described differently. They represent austerity, truthfulness, cleanliness, and mercy. Okay, 4 legs of Dharma: austerity, truthfulness, mercy, cleanliness. And some say that as 4 yugas go by, one of those disappears, and only 3 are left. Only 3 are left, and only 2, and now in Kali only 1 is left. And they say that is the leg of truthfulness is left. Others say that no, in each age, portions of each of the 4 legs diminish as time progresses. So truth is under attack, and Kali is attacking that truth. And Kali is attacking that. So we need, how do we overcome that? And that is, you must do Swadhyaya. You must do Swadhyaya, study of the Vedic literature. Study of the Vedic literature. In the let me just fast how Prabhupada's phrases very, very nicely. Prabhupada is saying that Swadhyaya means study of the Vedic literature for your spiritual upliftment. Yes? For the benefit of humanity. For the benefit of humanity. And as we read in the word for the truth, that you learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master because he has already seen the truth. He can reveal the truth to you. By Swadhyaya, by study of Vedic literature, you are given the eyes to see the world properly. You're given the eyes to how everything's happening around you. You have a true understanding of how the world is operating. Yes? But you need to go to a person who knows the truth, a spiritual master. Prabhupada did something wonderful. He put the truth in his books. It's wonderful. Prabhupada took immense time and trouble. When he should have retired nicely in Vrindavan, just doing his bhajan, his meditation. He could have done that. But no, he had compassion for all of us in the world. He wrote wonderful, wonderful books, put the truth in the books. And what's the important thing? Again, I'll read about this. Yes. This word Satya means one should not distort the truth for some personal interest. Prabhupada had no interest but the welfare of every living being. He the welfare of every living being in the world. So he put the truth in books so that if you take the time and trouble to study his books, you will not be misled. You will read something in WhatsApp or Facebook and you think, that doesn't sound true. That is incorrect. Let me check it out. Yes, you will be given the power to discern things. Yes, to distinguish between something which is plausible, which is implausible. That comes with you making effort, to learn about things. Yes, life unfortunately is not just a few clicks away. On your mobile phone. Life is a bit more complicated than that. So to this end, we in Coventry have taken the study of Prabhupada's books quite seriously. I want to thank the young members, Guru Sevak and Anuragi, who came up with the idea. Started in a small way in the temple, in the garden cabin, but now it's grown into what we really wanted it to be. That people engage in studying Prabhupada's books together and they engage in discussion to understand what is being read. And that is really, really successful endeavor we have made. and the participation by the different people in the book club is becoming more and more active, and people are feeling more confident now to speak and says, my understanding of this passage is this. I don't understand this passage. Can somebody please clarify this passage? And so together the group is progressing. And the age group, and again, the age group is there, from very young people to quite senior devotees. So that it's a wonderful combination. It's a wonderful interactive model we have, and we're developing it as it grows, and more people join in. So this the whatever the QR symbol is there. You can also just message us or ring one of us to how can you join this book club. Please take the opportunity. I know the mood in the world now is that everything should be easily and quickly acquired. Learning doesn't happen like that. It's not like, that I know the film Matrix. If those of you seen it, you remember. All they do is zap this knowledge into your brain, and then magically you have all those skills in seconds. Life isn't like that. You have to take the time and trouble to study, and it's for your own benefit. Doesn't every parent take time and trouble and show deep concern that their child gets the best education? And to push them through the best education, it's years of effort, isn't it, for every parent? It starts when they were very, very young, then they have to keep pushing them through junior school, primary school, junior school, secondary school, college, university. It's years of effort. So we have a wonderful book club. Members are from ranging from young to old, and the young members, I'm telling you, they are surprising us so much in a very pleasant way. They're not just sitting in and listening. They're taking part. They are reading the passages we ask to read them every week. They're reading them. Then they're coming up with their either a question or a comment, or my realization of this passage is this. So I would like to know if Guru Vani is ready. Shravan Prabhu, if the children can be made ready, it'd be fantastic to hear. So Guru Vani, so nice to see you. Yourself and Sudarshan, you are two of our rising teenage stars, because you are in secondary school now, both of you. You have both of you grown up in our yatra. You were born, you are babies, and you were coming to the temple when you were babies, and you have a huge family who love you very much. And by your parents' commitment to you being part of the temple at all, in a regular way, not whether we do something separate from you. And that's what Prabhupada liked. Prabhupada said that make the children part of your normal program. Don't do something separate. You don't need to do that. So you have grown up like that, and now we are seeing the rewards of that effort, of your participation in the temple and your parents' effort to make you Krishna conscious. So yesterday was a book club, and you said something which we liked very, very much, and I would like you to perhaps share the same today with the wider audience today.
Okay, so my point was in Nectar of Devotion, chapter 4, paragraph 9. The purport of this statement by Indra is that beginning from Brahma down to the insignificant ant, no living entities are meant for enjoying the material opulences. They are simply meant for offering everything to the Supreme Proprietor, the Personality of Godhead. So the point is that we use all our material objects for our own use, and we don't offer them to the Lord. And so the purpose of life is self-realization, not sense gratification.
That's wonderful, Guru Vani. And that was a phrase coined by whom?
Srila Prabhupada.
True. But who used it very much in our temple? Guru Maharaj, wasn't it? It's Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
He made us repeat it again and again. Just like a headmaster, Guru Maharaj would make us repeat things, wouldn't he? Like you do, teachers do when you're at school. They make you repeat things. Important messages are repeated, and you clearly, remember that. So well done. Would you like to share anything else? What do you enjoy about the book club?
I enjoy seeing other devotees and what they have to say about particular points in the text.
Fantastic. And you enjoy the points other devotees make?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's a learning process for everybody. Because different people may come with an angle for which you didn't think of. So they see something which you didn't see, and then you learn. You pick that up. So thank you very much. Is Pati Bhavan is there? Go on. You can say anything more, please do so.
I have a shloka from the Bhagavad Gita.
Fantastic. Just 1 minute for others' benefit, those who may not. We have a Bal Gopal club in our temple. We are run by Anuragi, and she's done a fantastic job. And others are now other senior devotees are helping her, and the children are learning shlokas from our scriptural shlokas. So now Guru Vani will recite one of them.
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 34.
Very good one.
Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninastatvadarshana. And then
yes, translation please.
Translation: just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you, because they have seen the truth.
They have seen the truth. Well done. Well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So here you see, the fruits of our hard efforts over many years. The children have imbibed some of the cultural things of Sanatana Dharma, and they're learning these things very nicely. And then when we see the behavior outside, they are very, even simple things like we know that we practice vegetarianism. We practice vegetarianism, but not only just vegetarianism in itself, but we want to offer to the lordships first, then we the prasad. Otherwise, just eating vegetarian food is not spiritually a spiritually conducive step to take. Prabhupada said vegetarian, yes, but then remember Krishna before you eat. Okay, so I've seen these children when we, because on occasion take them out shopping with me, and even Vidurani, once she took you, I remember a long time ago, and then you were checking the ingredients. That's wonderful. So we are very proud of all of you children, and so we look forward to more. And even now we know that some of you are part of a group which is learning Gopi Geet. I don't know if you are, but definitely others are. That's amazing. And one of our youngest stars is Tiksha. Tiksha, our youngest star. Thank you.
Thank you,
Guruvani. So there you see, through Swadhyay, effort in teaching yourself, learning yourself, and believe me, this learning process, spiritual knowledge, it never finishes. It's not a syllabus. It just continues. And the best thing about this knowledge is it is transcendental, and it is joyful. It brings joy to the heart. Learning this brings joy for me personally. I feel great joy in learning things here. and then learning how the world operates from Krishna's perspective is just amazing, and do encourage everyone to take part. I would like to stop there. Maybe the video is ready now.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Vidya Prabhu. That was wonderful. And now the video we've been waiting for, we're going to show it. But I'd like to thank Guru Vani, for memorizing the shlokas and the English translation, because the children have sharp memories and they end up learning loads of shlokas, not knowing what they mean. And they impress the adults, but they should know the meaning. So that was wonderful. And life is all about self-realization, not self-gratification. Wonderful point. So thank you, Vidya Prabhu. So now we're going to invite this surprise I've been talking about. And this guest, they had a wedding anniversary yesterday. So I think because of Kali Yuga now, the roles have changed. The men are cooking. I mean, what can you do? It's Kali Yuga. But they're doing good. I mean, I still wash the dishes. I'm not very good at cooking. So let's bring in the guest and see what he does, what he's cooking today. Here we go.
Very well, everyone, and welcome to the Chef's Corner today in Jagannath's Kitchen. This is an exciting new segment where every week we're going to have recipes that you can use in the lockdown with just the simple things that you have at home, so that you don't have to go out to buy these items actually from the supermarkets. So today for you, we've got a wonderful recipe for homemade bread. And this is actually going to be without yeast. So it's a soda bread recipe. And the amazing thing is you can also have it on ekadasi. And I know what you're thinking, oh my God, this is a game changer. But it's true. I've actually made this bread on ekadasi as well with ekadasi atta, and it turned out brilliantly, just as good as with the normal flour. So I'm sure you're all excited. So let's get into it today. Okay, so let's go through the ingredients that we're going to use today. For a full description of these, you can find the actual ingredients list in the description below. So what we're going to use today is strong white flour. I like to use Allinson's strong white flour. You can use a mixture of flours if you want. It's going to be 4 cups. And some people like to mix 2 cups of strong white flour with 2 cups of wholemeal flour. I like to use the strong white flour because it just gives the bread a bit richer flavor. So it's a standard cup measurement that you use. And we're also going to add to that 1 3/4 cups of buttermilk. So to make that, we're going to use 1 cup of yogurt and 3/4 cups of water, and just mix them together, and that'll create your buttermilk. What you're going to have is 1 teaspoon of soda bicarb and 1 teaspoon of salt, combined with half of a lemon and 3 tablespoons of olive oil. So that's the description of the ingredients list. Let's go through what we're going to do to make this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take a sieve, and we're going to sieve this flour. So you can't put it in just straight from the packet. So the easiest way to do this is to take the cup measurement and just sift 1 cup at a time. It just makes it a bit smoother and a little bit easier. So let's do that now. Okay, now we're going to add in our teaspoon of salt. And next, our teaspoon of soda bicarb. Next, what we're going to do is take that buttermilk that we've got, and we're going to add half a lemon to it and add in some olive oil to it. And what the lemon does is it helps it to rise. So giving it that little bit of tanginess will help the actual flour to rise. We're going to mix that nicely there. Mix together. Okay, now all we're going to do is mix together the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients. So it's a simple matter of mixing in that mixture in and just combining it with your hands and kneading it a little bit. If you've got a dough maker, you can knead it a little bit manually first and then put it in, which is what I'm going to do. And if you haven't, that's not a problem either. Just knead the dough nicely until it's smooth. Don't be afraid to really get in there with your hands, grab up all of that loose flour and really knead it together nicely. The trick with this is not to add too much of the wet in right at the start. Otherwise what happens is the dough ends up becoming too loose. So just pour in the rest of that mixture there. Okay, now we're ready to put this in the dough maker and finish off the rest of the kneading. You don't want to put it on too high a speed, because what will happen is, because it's a machine, it will end up making the dough very runny. So you want to put it on a low setting, maybe just a 1 or a 2, and let that for about 5 minutes. And keep an eye on the dough. If it looks like the actual machine isn't picking up a lot of the flour, just put a little bit of water and add it in there. And when you want it to finish is when the dough maker actually gathers all that dough together and it sticks to the actual binding tool at the top and just basically spinning around it, then you know it's about ready. So let's go in and put that in the dough machine. Okay, so now that our dough is finished making, what we're going to do is take an open tray. So you can actually use, I don't know, a cast iron one. I've got here a glass one. The key is for it to be quite open because the bread's going to expand. So what we're going to do is we're going to oil that tray with just about a tablespoon of olive oil. So we're doing this so that the actual bread doesn't stick to the tray and it browns on the bottom. So what you can also do is add a little bit of flour to that. Okay, so now we're going to transfer the dough into here. We're going to keep this a round shape, so you can imagine it's an open tray. I'm going to shape into anything, I'm just going to make sure it's nice and round. So let's go and take that dough out of here. Don't worry about the shape, it's going to look amazing once it's done. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit fancy and we're going to put a cut down the middle. Don't make this too deep or the bread when it expands will open out too much. This is just to give it a bit of a nice look. And so just take it, the actual dough, just make a cut. And that'll do. So what we're going to do now is we've preheated the oven to a gas mark 7. And so that this dough actually cooks very nicely on the inside without browning too quickly, what we're going to do is we're going to cover it with some foil. So if you take your foil and cover it and make sure it's tightly covered. So we're going to pop that in the oven for 35 minutes. Try and put it on the middle shelf if you can. And for 35 minutes, you're going to cook it with the foil on. After that 35 minutes, you're going to take the foil off and continue cooking it for about 15 minutes. And you're going to take it out when it's nice and brown color and looking all amazing to offer to the Lord. So let's do that now. Okay, you can see a wonderfully cooked loaf of bread. So a great tip after it comes out of the oven is to take some butter and we're actually going to rub it across the top just to give it that nice little flake. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you want to leave it for about 5 minutes so it cools within the tray before trying to take it out, just in case it sticks to the bottom. So once you do that, take it out and you can leave it to cool after that on a cooling rack. Okay, so now we're ready to cut the bread. So once you let it cool enough, take a nice sharp knife and you're just going to cut it in long lines across. That'll give you a nice toasted loaf. So let's do that. And you can see it's cooked all the way through. Beautiful bread and made without yeast. And that's how easy it is to make this amazing bread. And as you can see, it's made without yeast. And the amazing thing as well is that you can make this on ekadasi. And I've actually tried this and I've made this bread, and it's you use instead ekadasi atta, which you can buy. I use the Foodco brand. I think it's very good. I've tried making it with the exact same recipe and it turned out almost identical. So for those of you that wanted pizza on ekadasi, this is your dream come true. Okay, so thank you for joining us this week. I hope you enjoyed Chef's Corner today in Jagannathji's kitchen. So over the next few weeks, we'll have other devotees with similar recipes that you can make in the comfort of your own homes and offer to the deities very nicely. So thank you everyone for joining us, and back to our scheduled program.
Hare Krishna, that was amazing. As they say, yeast west, home bread is best. Okay, so now I wonder what it tasted like. Oh, here comes the chef. Oh, that was quick. Thank you so much. Let me try it. To the viewers, especially Patita Pavan, he's always lamenting that I'm eating and he can't taste it. Here we go. Wow, nice and warm. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed that. It was a lovely video. And the men are taking over the kitchen and the ladies are taking over the Zoom program. Looks like it. So I think we've had an exciting time today, and now we're ready to go to the temple and take darshan of the deities, Aarti and Tamal Varnam Prabhu. I'm going to ask him to be on as the chef next week. So let's see what he cooks for us. But now let's go over to the temple. Hare Krishna, we'll come back later.
Jai Satchidananda, Jai Nitaja. Jai Satchidananda, Jai Nitaja. Shiva Jayo, Jayo, Gaura Chande, Aroti Shobha. Jag Manoro. Boshi Ate Gauracha Ratna Simasane Aroti Korena Brahma Adi Devagane Narari Adi Kori Chamara Dulaya Sanjaya Goshadikaya
Shanga baje ganta baje baje karatala Paramarasala Shanga baje ganta baje madhur 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 baje Shanga baje ganta baje madhur 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 baje madhur baje madhur madhur baje Hari Bol 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 Bahuti Chandrajini Sadhana Rajavada Bahu Koti Chandrajini Sadhana Rajavada Dese Vanamala Kore Jalamala Shiva Sukana Radha Preme Gadagada Prati Vinoda Deke Gorara Sampada Iva Jayo Jayo Gaura Chande Aroti Koshoba Tatavani Jagamanaloba Gaurange Aroti Shobha Jaga Janamanoba Gaurange Aroti Shobha Jaga Janamanoba Jaga Janamanoba Jaga Janamanoba Nitai Go Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Oh Hari Bol 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 Hari Bol
Namayo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Sannidhya
Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Kirtans Nirvashesha Shandavani Paschatadi Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Kirtans Nirvashesha Shandavani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Gauranitai, 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 Jai Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai, 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 Jai Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai, 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 Jai Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai. Bolo Jai Satchinandana, Gaura Hari, Jai Satchinandana, Gaura Hari, Jai Satchinandana, Gaura Hari, Jai Satchinandana, Gaura Hari, Jai Nitachan, 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 Jai Satchinandana, Gaura Hari, Jai Satchinandana, Gaura Hari, Jai Satchinandana, Gaura Hari, Jai Satchinandana, Gaura Hari. Vishnu Priya Prana Dono Nadiya Bihari, Vishnu Priya Prana Nadiya Bihari, Vishnu Priya Prana Dono Nadiya Bihari, Vishnu Priya Prana Nadiya Bihari. Gaura 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 Hari, Gaura 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 Hari, Jai Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Jai Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Jai Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Radhe, Jai Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Radhe, Jai Madhusudan Madhusudan, Madhusudan, Jaya Madhusudan, Jayo Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jayo Giri Govardhan, Jayo Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jayo Mani Ma, Mani Ma, Jayo Mani Ma, Jayo Mani Ma, Mani Ma, Mani Ma, Jayo Mani Ma. Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol, 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 Jai Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Raghunandan Raghav Ram Hare, Siya Ram Hare, Siya Ram Hare, Raghunandan Raghav Ram Hare, Siya Ram Hare, Siya Ram Hare, Raghunandan Raghav Ram Hare, Siya Ram Hare, Siya Ram Hare. Siya Ram Hare, 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 Siya Ram Hare. Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami, Baba Tumi, Jagannath Swami, Nayana Patagami, Baba Tumi, Jagannath Swami, Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami, Baba Tumi, Bolo Jagannath Swami, Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami, Baba Tumi, Vanila Jala Chandra, Swami Jagannath, Neelachal Madhava, Pyare Jagannath, Neelachal Chandra, Swami Jagannath, Neelachal Madhava, Pyare Jagannath. Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Shyam Sundar, Pyare Jagannath. Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Shyam Sundar, Pyare Jagannath. Jayo Baladeva, Jayo Subhadra, Jayo Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jayo Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jayo Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jagannath Swami, Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami, Baba Tumi, Bolo Jagannath Swami, Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami, Baba Tumi, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jayo Baladeva, Jayo Subhadra, Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Baladeva, Jayo Sachinandana, Purahari, Vishnu Priya Pranadana, Nadiya Bihari, Vishnu Priya Pranadana, Jayo Sachinandana Purahari, Vishnu Priya Pranadana, Nadiya Bihari. Jayo Sachinandana Purahari, Vishnu Priya Pranadana, Jayo Nityachan, Jayo Nitachan, Jayo Nitachan, Nitachan, Jayo Nitachan, Jayo Nitachan, Jayo Nitachan, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jayo Jaya Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Jaya Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Jaya Guru Maharaj, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe, Jai Om Shubha Paramhans Paravargacharya Stotra Sachi Shrimad's Divine Grace of Boy Charana Ravinda Shila Prabhupada Pandacharya Viscon Shila Prabhupada Ki Bhipti Pandacharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Shubha Paramhans Paravargacharya Stotra Sachi Shrimad's Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Namacharya ठाकुर की श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा मई की जमुना मई की तुलसी देवी की जय संकीर्तन यज्ञ की ट्रांसनेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की हमारे साक्षीनंद निताय चांद की प्यारी जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा की श्री राधा माधव की इस्कॉन कॉवेंट्री टेम्पल की इस्कॉन वर्ल्ड वाइड यात्रा की गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to the assembled viewers. All glories to the assembled viewers. All glories to the assembled viewers. So, we are going to do the Singadev prayer now. And we had one message here. Just hold a second, please. Pranava Prabhu sent a message that his colleague Rajappa passed away yesterday due to cardiac attack. So we're going to do the Singadev prayer. I think Ishani Devi is going to do that for the departed soul. Also, the Singadev prayers for Bhakti Charu Maharaj. These prayers are happening all over the world. And also for Premanjari to get better quick and do service. She's already doing some service for the deities, making garlands at home using artificial flowers and things, and keep herself busy. And if there's of course, Anil had Balbir, Uncle Balbir. He's in difficult situations, so we'll do Nrsingadev for them. And if there's anybody else, please mention their names. And now we go over to Nrsingadev prayers.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंह जय नरसिंह जय प्रणाम नरसिंह देव की जय प्रहलाद महाराज की जय प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय नित्याय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल
Lord Nrsimhadev ki jai. So there you are, devotee friends. Hope you enjoyed watching us. We enjoyed doing this satsang, and we have had so many compliments after the video in the chef's corner. And looks like the pressure is on. I think the Matajis will have to also, get a recipe which is new and fresh. We don't want you to just tell us how to make chapatis. Okay, we can roll them as good as you, but to show us something different. So I'm going to put pressure on Tamal Prabhu the next week. He shows us how to fix his car. So sort of make whatever he's good at making, because he's very good with cars. We've had so many lovely comments, and Keshav Gill saying he enjoyed the program, and people complimenting the chef. So next week we are thinking of more items. We want it to be more interactive. We want to involve you. This is your satsang, glorifying the Lord. Everybody should, try to get on to the book club as well on Saturday. And if you don't want to make comments, that's okay. You can actually hear others. It's a wonderful satsang. I really enjoy it. And as Vidya Prabhu said, the youngsters are bringing out points which we used to make, and they're making them now, which means that we threw the ball and they grabbed it. So now we're coming to the end of the program. Please remember, Janmashtami is around the corner, and we are actually improving our equipment in the temple. We've got a bigger, I think, bandwidth, so the transmission from the temple is good. And also we're buying cameras and associated equipment with it. And normally that costs about 4,000 pounds. So Anurag is very good. She went directly to the devotees in Mayapur TV, and they gave a contact so we can buy it at third the price. So already Shraddha Devi has given 300 pounds towards the cost, which is going to be about 1,200 pounds. So we give a big round of applause for Shraddha Devi, 300 pounds. And also there was somebody else who gave to us Janmashtami, and they said you can use it wherever you want. Now the Janmashtami program, some of the devotees will be able to go into the temple to do the decoration of the altar, maybe cook a little bit, but it's limited numbers. I'm told at the manor, the cooks who go there to cook, they are not able to take darshan because they have a ticket system. So even the devotees, they will go and cook and just go home. They're not able to come in front of the deities, take darshan. And our place is smaller. So I rather, we do not invite anybody, and, they're compromised with social distancing. We have that. And also for Janmashtami, we would like to, have boga decorations. Please send your donations earlier so we can cover the cost. And as you know, the pujaris work so hard. I mean, you took darshan of Sachinandan Prabhu, and they work day and night towards it. And it'd be very, very nice to look after them. And, now they moved into the temple, and so they're there all the time. So please help us to maintain the temple during this difficult times. So thank you very much for that. Now we're going over to Children's Corner. You have the Chef's Corner, now it's Children's Corner. And the head teacher, and whatever else, drama teacher, Anuragi Devidasi is going to now, present something from the children.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. So we have a shloka showcase by some of the Balgopal Club children, and thanks to their parents for supporting them, for keeping them enthused throughout the lockdown, and they're still learning their shlokas. So we have Nimai, who you saw earlier, Guruvani. So Nimai is Guruvani's younger brother. So we have Nimai. We also have Sudarshan from there you go, the Diksha's brother. So Hare Krishna, welcome both. So which shlokas have you been learning, Nimai, during the lockdown? And you can share that with us.
The mic.
Paripushnen sevaya upadikshyanti te jnanam jnanastattva darshana. Just try to learn the truth by approaching spiritual master, inquire from him, and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen
The truth.
the truth.
Well done. Thank you so much. That's fantastic.
Well done. That was fantastic.
And I believe you're also learning Mridanga, so your Mridanga skills and cymbal playing skills have also increased during the lockdown. Is that true? So how have you done that? How have you learned?
By practicing.
Jai.
And do you sing Aarti at home every day? Is that how you play regularly?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. And Nimai's also been involved in some of the lockdown dramas that you've seen. Some of the Balgopal Club children have been preparing. And we do have another one in the pipeline. So that should be coming out soon. Thank you, Nimai. Hare Krishna. So let's go over to Sudarshan.
Hare Krishna. So my shloka is chapter 18, 76th verse. It's the last one. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdaraha, Tatra Shri Vijaya Bhutir, Dhruvanitir Matir Mamaha. And the translation is, wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjun, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and mortality. This is my opinion.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Well done, Sudarshan.
Well done.
I can see your sister is probably itching to get in as well. So let's put the camera on Diksha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So I believe earlier in the week you had an opportunity to offer your Gopi Geet that you've been learning to Radha Ramanji during Seva time. Would you like to share one shloka that you've learned?
Jayati te
Vedikam Janmana Vraja Shayate Indira Shashwadattahi Taita Dishyatam Dikshutavakas Sayyididasara Stana Chinvate.
Thank you very much. Well done. Excellent. Thank you both for joining us. And you'll be in the next drama, won't you? I think you've got some roles in the Ganga Mahaprabhu drama, which we're doing at the moment. How are you finding, engaging in the Balgopal Club during the lockdown?
I think it's quite good. At least we have some spirituality and contact with the devotees in the temple. So at least we get to meet with our friends on Zoom. So yeah, I think it's quite good.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we'll go over to just a final announcement. So thank you all for tuning in and watching today. Just a reminder, our YouTube channel, Krishna of Vrindavan. Please subscribe and do click on the bell icon. The bell icon will alert you whenever we're going live, when we've uploaded new items and new videos. So do remember to subscribe and click the bell icon. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, our social media. So our social media is a bit more busier now that we're on lockdown. Our webpage is now active, www.krishnaofvrindavan.com, where you can book your own pujas, virtual pujas, whether it's celebrating anniversaries, birthdays, special occasions. You can book through the website. We've started a new Chaturmasya 2020 Boga sponsorship where you can sponsor Bhoga during the Chaturmasya period any day of the week, and it's £25. So you can make that booking online also via the website. Choose your day, choose your date, and the pujaris will create a special blessing video, personalized blessing video for yourself, and the offering, Bhoga offering, will be made in your name to the lordships. It can be either morning or the evening. So the pujaris are offering Bhoga every day to the lordships, and the worship is continuing. So please sponsor an arti or a Bhoga offering during Chaturmasya. It's very, very auspicious during these 4 months. And also Purushottam Mass is also in this period, I believe. So again, Janmashtami appeal, we have received a few donations, so please do help in supporting the Janmashtami program. It will be an online broadcast. The festival team are already undergoing some plans, and they'll be having a meeting, putting up a really good lineup for you all to watch. It'll be broadcasted live. So we will be accepting donations for decorations, flowers, and the big streaming equipment, the streaming program that we'll be using to broadcast live darshans. So please do help us. Our bank details are on the screen right now, or you can email us or contact any of the devotees. The donations are open right now. So thank you all for supporting the program. Thank you for joining us, and please join us same time, same place next week. Hare Krishna.